Hey Internet, and welcome to an episode of How to Cook even though you suck at cooking, but you're hungry. So I'm your host Abby, and today we're going to be cooking a vegetarian meal because even though it isn't March anymore, doesn't mean you have to eat meat for every meal. Today we're going to be making tomato basil pizza veggie burgers that are frozen, and we're going to cut up a sweet potato and make sweet potato fries to go along with it. So the first step is to gather all of the ingredients, and I have most of it. I'll be getting more of it later. Next, you kind of need to read the package on your burgers to make sure you can actually cook this and that there's nothing too crazy. I think we'll be okay. So first we're gonna prep the potatoes because they take the longest to cook, and I've learned by trial and error that if you try to make the main meal first and then you try to make the potatoes, that you end up eating the main meal and then waiting for the potatoes and eating them later, and you just kind of feel like a failure. So you're gonna go ahead and wash your potatoes and ignore the dishes in the sink that your housemates have left. Sometimes you run out of paper towels and no one tells you, or gets more. So just go and grab some from the stash you have in your room. Next, it's time to take a knife to your sweet potato and cut it up into fry shapes. Once your potato is vaguely fry shaped, get a bowl. Put a little bit of olive oil in it. Next, you're going to want to put your fries into the olive oil and coat them. At this point, you're going to realize that you needed a cookie sheet, so get a cookie sheet. Success. Get some aluminum foil. Cover the cookie sheet. Pro tip, if you need to make something on a cookie sheet, always put aluminum foil down because it makes cleaning much easier. Sure, it's wasteful, but let's be real, you're lazy. Now we can go back to coating our fries. If you don't want to get oil all over your fingers, tongs are great. Make sure to spread your fries out just a little bit on the foil so that they are not overlapping each other. And then go grab the salt because you're going to want to put a light sprinkle on them. At this point, you probably should have preheated the oven to somewhere around 400 degrees, but I'm sure it'll be fine if you just set it to preheat now and stick them in. Cross your fingers that you did everything right for the sweet potato fries and note the time. We want to check them and flip them over in about 10 minutes. Now it's time to start on the veggie patties. I give you the option to do them in the skillet, the microwave, or the oven. Now we could go with the microwave because, as we already established, you're lazy. But I think we're gonna go for the skillet because we're gonna try to get them done right. Also, it says on the package that it is the recommended method, and since I've never had veggie patties before, I probably want to do them the right way. So it says you're supposed to lightly spray the skillet with cooking oil. I have vegetable oil, so hopefully that works. And be honest with yourself that you have no idea how much oil to use. We get it, you're so bad at cooking that you can't even tear the resealable pack, so use scissors, I guess, in that case. Success! It's still kind of a lot of oil. The moment of truth. Chill. So supposedly you're only supposed to cook these for about 10 minutes. It's a veggie patty, so like how do you know if it's done? I guess when it's not frozen anymore. In the meantime, take a brief look at your fries just to make sure like everything's going okay. Things are going. So I'm gonna take this in between time to clean up a little bit because I hate mess. I might be lazy about a lot of things, but I will not leave my dishes sitting around. I clean them as soon as I make them dirty. Things kind of look like it's time to flip. Sometimes you just know that the other side of your patty is getting a little too brown and you feel proud of yourself for maybe having some skills after all. I'm just gonna prep a little bit to get ready for when the patty is done. So I'm going to get my whole wheat hamburger buns out and I'm gonna throw a little provolone cheese on that. The real question and the real conundrum of all day today is one slice or two. I really love cheese. I think I'm just gonna go with one. Whenever you have to ask, you always go with more. I'm just gonna go with one. Now's the part where you get a little bit stressed because everything's happening at the same time. The patty seems to be okay, but now it's been 11 minutes and we need to get the sweet potato fries out and flip them. Note that the oven just told you that it's preheated. Ooh, is it getting hot in here or is it just me? Veggie patty might be a little burnt, but it's fine, it's fine. Like I said before, you're bad at planning and things are gonna get done at the wrong time. But basically your veggie patty is done, so it's the moment of truth. It's time to take it off the skillet, put it on the burger. So far so good, now we just have to wait on the fries. Only like 5 more minutes and I think they'll be done and we'll be good to go, which is great because I'm really hungry. Also, maybe notice that there's a certain part on the stovetop above the oven that gets warm when the oven's on. So put your burger there to kind of warm it up because it's getting cold sitting out because you can't plan. Despite being a little bit oily, which I kind of think is the theme for tonight, the sweet potato fries are good to go. So let's get them out, let's put them on the plate and let's eat. There we go, guys, there's our plate. All right, this is it, the moment of truth. Ah. That's actually pretty good. It's got a really interesting taste, but it's pretty good. And the fries are awesome, obviously. I hope you enjoyed this video. So what kind of easy things do you like to make? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.